Breaking news. The London Bridge has fallen down. Wait, what? We're not doing that anymore?
No, today we're going to discuss weather and climate change and
Yeah.
global warming.
Yes, please welcome our special guest, Cecilia Frisky.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Anytime.
Before we start, can you explain the difference between weather and climate are?
Weather is the minute-by-minute changes in the atmosphere.
That's right. Climate describes the typical weather conditions in an entire region for a very long time, normally 30 years or more. Sometimes it can also take hundreds, thousands, or even millions of years to change.
That's very interesting.
Yes, it is. However, NASA has observed that the climate is getting warmer.
I heard that because of the climate getting warmer, ice in Greenland and Antarctica is starting to melt.
Yes, it's causing the ocean levels to rise.
Keeping track of Earth's sea levels is one way we can know quickly that the Earth's climate is changing.
So, climate is what weather is over a long period of time in one specific area?
You've got it.
What causes a region's climate to get hotter?
Mostly because of greenhouse gases.
What are those?
Gases that trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere.
Do you have any examples?
The four major gases that most affect the greenhouse effect are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons. As a very important part of our atmosphere, carbon dioxide is released goes through natural and human activity. Methane also is released through human and natural activity but comes from plant matter breakdown, so agriculture has a bigger impact. Nitrous oxide is an important greenhouse gas and is produced through organic and commercial fertilizer productions and use. Lastly, chlorofluorocarbons are compounds that do not exist in nature and therefore are entirely produced by human activity.
Greenhouse gases aren't the only thing that make an impact. Productions such as cement, steel, and aluminum also play a part in the environment. These resources also play a role in our society, but during the process of using these chemicals, like carbon dioxide, go into our atmosphere.
What are some more examples of these productions that impact global warming?
That's a good question. Productions like coal, oil, and gas for electricity, heat, and transportation is one of the biggest causes of global warming. Not only do our production sources play a part, but deforestation plays a part too. If we are releasing carbon dioxide, then we need trees because trees play a vital role in absorbing carbon dioxide. We are not only polluting the air, but we are also polluting our oceans with trash and plastic, which does not only harm our marine life, but it harms the balance of the ocean and our ecosystem.
That makes sense. But those productions of greenhouse gases aren't the only thing that harm our atmosphere.
Human activities after the Industrial Revolution have released a large amount of greenhouse gas into the atmosphere, which causes Earth's temperature to rise. There are more greenhouse gas after the Industrial Revolution because of humans. Burning things like coal and oil, also known as fossil fuels, is the biggest human activity that resulted in there being more greenhouse gases.
How much has the amount of greenhouse gases risen since the Industrial Revolution?
The amount of nitrous oxide in the atmosphere has risen about 20% since the Industrial Revolution started. During the 20th century, humans have increased the amount of methane in the atmosphere by over 2.5 times the amount it was before the Industrial Revolution. 35 billion tons of carbon dioxide has been released into the atmosphere by people every year in recent years.
Another reason of climate change is wildfires. The Earth is getting hotter due to humans burning things. When the air gets hotter, it sucks up moisture and makes the land drier, as well as making trees and foliage more likely to become like kindling.
In many regions, it's getting hotter and raining less. This creates a more wildfire-prone environment. Dry conditions mean that if wildfire does start, then it can spread faster and burn hotter.
The seasons for fire have become longer because of the hot and dry conditions.
Yes, these are all causes of the greenhouse effect.
There is overwhelming evidence that humans are partly behind global warming.
Scientists have kept a record of climate change on Earth through analyzing several not direct measures of climate, such as Earth's ice cores, tree rings, glacier lengths, pollen remains, etc. The record depicts that the climate naturally differs over a wide range of time, But these differences do not explain the global warming since the 1950s. It is extremely likely, greater than 95%, that human activity has been the primary cause.
There are natural things that contribute to global warming, right?
Yes, there are natural processes that emit greenhouse gases. These processes include changes in Earth's orbit and rotation, variations in solar activity, changes in Earth's reflectivity, volcanic eruptions, and changes in naturally occurring carbon dioxide concentrations.
Well, are there ways to stop global warming?
While global warming is really bad, there are ways to contribute to stopping it. Do you guys know of any ways?
Reduce waste. Your trash goes into landfills, and landfills make a harmful greenhouse gas, methane.
Start composting. Transforming food scraps and lawn clippings into nutrient soil is great for boosting a garden. This will also reduce food waste. Composting is when food scraps are recycled into nutrient-rich soil.
How do you compost? Here are 5 easy steps. 1. Find a recycling sized bin. 2. Get some leaves and add them to the bottom of the bin. 3. Find some fruit scraps like apple cores and banana peels. 4. Add water and soil and wait for a few months. 5. Nutrient rich soil will be found in the bin. Great
Use
for a
less
garden.
plastic bottled water. There are about 2 million tons of plastic bottles. It takes 1.5 barrels of oil to manufacture water bottles every year. Bottled water takes about 1,000 years to biodegrade. Biodegrade is when material breaks down over a period of
Plant your
time.
own garden. It doesn't get more local than getting fresh vegetables from your backyard. Also, it cuts down on the energy used to transport the goods.
Plant a tree. Trees help get rid of carbon dioxide because trees absorb
Don't
carbon
use
dioxide.
plastic bags for lunch because every time we use plastic bags, the factories that use greenhouse gases that pollute the atmosphere are making
Season the
more.
fruits you eat. Try to eat local and in-season fruits like strawberries in the summer and apples in autumn. This cuts down on the energy used to transport the goods far away.
Download an Earth Saving app. Earth Saving apps show you ways to save water, save energy, and recycle. You can use these apps to find out more ways that you and your family can help save the Earth from global warming.
There are a
Download
lot
an
of
Earth
different
Saving
apps about saving the earth, but the one I'm going to show you today is about recycling, and it's called Recycle Locator. So you want to go into the App Store and type in Recycle Locator. Or you could just do Recycle. Recycle Locator. And once it's typed in search, it should be one of the first few things on the list. And it looks something like this. Normally I'd want to download it, but I've already downloaded it, so let's just open it. It should look something like this when you first get in, and if you scroll to the bottom, then you see a bit of articles about recycling and other things like that. Now, if you want to recycle something like wood, then you'd put that in the first part, and you'd put in our zip code, which is 21050, and you'd search it. Now, this is a map, and it's got lots of numbers, and if you look over here, like, there's the number 1, which is Walgreens, and it tells you exactly where it is and the phone number and other things like that. And it gives me 30 different results just for recycling wood. So there's going to be a lot of different results around here for different things. And as you can see, there are lots of different things that you can recycle. Now, say you want to go back to the articles, you'd click that button up here, and maybe you'd scroll till you find an article. And if I wanted to look at this, Exploring Solutions for Recycling Glass and Ceramics, then I'd click on it, and here's the article that I could read. It has everything you could want to know about it. So that's basically all that there is to
You
this
can
app.
use this Earth Saving app to find ways you and your family can recycle. Remember, your trash goes to landfills, and landfills create methane, which is a harmful greenhouse gas.
Use more kitchen cloths because every single time you use a paper towel, you're using more energy that uses greenhouse gases to make more, and putting more into the landfills that use greenhouse gases to get rid of them.
Celebrate Arbor and Earth Day. See what the buzz is all about. If more people are aware of the consequences of their actions, it will be easier to stop global warming. Also, there are more things you can sign up to do that will benefit the environment on these
Turn
days.
off lights so you use less energy and create less carbon dioxide.
Reuse water bottles, plastic containers, and other items that are reusable. It will reduce purchases of other items that would replace that same function.
Reduce and reuse as much as you can. Factories can emit carbon dioxide when making these
Spread
goods.
awareness about global warming because the more people who know, the more people who would try and stop global warming.
Reuse your towel more instead of putting it back in the washer after a few uses. The washer uses energy that is harmful to the atmosphere because of the greenhouse gases it uses.
All of this evidence comes from the following sources:
ThingLink, EPA,
NASA,
wildfire and climate change,
and Mr. Vane's human geography teacher at False and Middle Video.
Thank you to our special guest Cecilia.
Thank you for having me.
Next up, unicorns in Paris.
What is it with you guys? In Europe, we live in America.
Breaking news, the London Bridge has fallen down. Wait, what? We're not doing that anymore?
No, today we're here to talk about global warming and climate change.
Yes, please introduce our guest, Cecilia.
Cecilia, oh God! Weather is the minute-by-minute change in the atmosphere. Gesture out the window.
And I'll just say it's script note.
Seriously?
I mean, come on. The script clearly says deforestation. Let me film. You said we were filming.
The production of cement and...
Wait. You mean the production of cement and the steel? And tell them like you mean it.
I did say that. You just told them I'm lying. The production of cement and
Wait.
steel.
Tell them like you mean it. Look them in the eyes. Make them scared of the production of cement and steel.
The production of cement and...
Cut.
Oh, come on. That's a good question. The production like coal, oil, and gas for electricity, heat, and transportation is one of the big...
What are you doing?
Wait,